Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Friday night live stream of the Georgia Shooting Connection. I hope all of y'all had a fabulous Thanksgiving. We got 243 outdoors with us. We got CW. Other than that, it's just us. There's my buddy Craig at Georgia Trapping and Fishing out there in the side chat, and a whole bunch of other nice folks. And we got another guest invited. I don't know if he's going to show up or not, but anyway, Kyle, kick us off like you always do, bro.
I'm telling you what, it's a great day to be above the grass. Had I've been off work all week. Had a wonderful day yesterday. Spent a lot of time with uh, the old lady's family, and we had a great time up there. Had a lot of great food. Hung out with the kids and all that. Everything was great, and that's just what it's about. Spending time with people you care about. Um, Glad everybody could be here. I'm glad we could be here. Uh, Elliot, what you got?
I just got back from my granddaughter's house. We did Thanksgiving today, so I'm full. I'm a stuffed turkey today. So outside of that, it's good to be on here. Appreciate being with you guys. Thank you for appearing in the side chat, guys. We appreciate you here. And up to UCW.
Good to be here. Yeah. A good Thanksgiving. Spent some time with my mother-in-law. She's 99 years old. God bless her. So that was good. She got another Thanksgiving in, and we didn't eat too awful much. We did good. We had turkey like everybody else, I guess, but we didn't overdo it. Got home pretty early. Turned in. I got rained out for hunting today. It was nasty. So I didn't bother to go out. So I did some casting this afternoon. I casted some 45s and more 10 millimeters. And I was just finishing up powder coating and sizing before I come on here. So I got more to do, but got a good jump on it. Tomorrow we'll be out in a tree. So to have good weather.
That's the game plan. Mr. Josh, buddy, it's great to see you. We've been missing you, and hope you and the wife are doing well.
We are doing real well. Been off work since Wednesday, I guess. Been doing a little casting. I typically cast on Mondays, so I kind of got caught up on my powder coating this week, and we did a little shooting there on Wednesday. And about like usual, she outshoots me, so that's nothing new there. I'm just proud I load her ammo for her. So
That's saying something right there, because I've seen you shoot, sir.
we've shooting some of them Lee 230s, big boys, subsonic, about 900 feet per second. And we got some swingers at 100 yards, and I think we got 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8-inch targets. And we go big to small, and she cleaned house in 5 shots. Took me 6.
There you go. You just pulled it. That's all it is. That's all it was.
Yep. I'm pretty proud of her. She's a pretty good shooter. So we had Thanksgiving yesterday, lunch with my side of the family, and last night with her side of the family. And today is decorating for Christmas. So we got Christmas lights strung up on the porch and trees up, and she's still working on that right now, probably listening to us. So that's what we got going on.
Thank y'all both for waiting till after Thanksgiving to start that.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm on the way home from my sister's house last night after Thanksgiving with my parents and sisters. See, I'm the only boy, and I got 3 younger sisters, and they all got kids. I got 2. So it's a conglomeration when you go over there. But on the way home, you'll never guess what I heard. Evelyn was singing, "Here Comes Santa Claus, Here Comes." I'm like, we just finished eating Thanksgiving dinner, and it already begins.
I ain't even digested the turkey yet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But we got a good crowd out there, man. We got some famous YouTubers in the side chat. We're gonna have to go over there and tell them in a few minutes. But we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And one of the things we want to talk about tonight, Okay, Mario's here. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
All right. Seriously, one thing we want to talk about, we got the Kyle Rittenhouse case is over with. Now the Ahmaud Arbery trial is over with here in Georgia. And that popped my mind into thinking about considerations that we should have for our concealed carry weapons. And, we'll talk about that as we go through the chat tonight. And we'll certainly talk about deer hunting because that's where I'm going to be in the morning. And I know Josh don't hunt, but man, if he did, I'd feel sorry for anything he was leveling a scope at. But Josh,
I used to deer hunt. It's just been a few years. About 2008 is when I just kind of lost interest in it. So
it happens.
burnt myself out.
I know.
Me, yeah.
We can do that if we ain't careful. But you're talking about how your wife is shooting. It reminded me of what Kennedy said about Jacqueline. Said I'm known as the man who escorted Jacqueline Kennedy to Europe, and that tickled me. And I'm like that too, man. I'm married way over my head, but and I ain't afraid to admit it. But John Kennedy, he married way over his head, in my opinion. And he was president of the United States. So y'all think about that for a little bit. So what have you been working on lately, Josh? Anything? You've been doing some.
I've been doing some casting now that the weather cooled down. I don't really enjoy it when it's hot in the summer unless I just have to. So my 9mm stock's been getting pretty low. So been working on that. Just powder coating. Been loading a few 300 blackout. I think I did 500 9mm there in the last couple of weeks. Did those hollow points. So just kind of getting stocked up.
I got to do
That's the
that.
name of the
I'm
game.
afraid I'm gonna run out of primers.
I had a pretty good stock about a year before the election because I seen it coming, but I also loaded and shot a lot that year. So the pistol primers kind of got a little bit shortage of that. Like rifle primers, that's pretty good shape. And I stocked up really well on powder. I'm still sitting really good on powder. So
yeah, I'm just waiting on primers to come back down to remotely where they used to be.
Locally, I haven't seen any primers or heard of anybody locally getting them at all. Not in a year.
Oh, I've seen some, but I wasn't going to pay what they wanted for them, and I even called them out on it. I should have made videos on it, calling the manager out there. Can you believe this price? Have you lost your mind?
I turned my nose up at some CCI small pistol primers at $65 a thousand not too long ago. And
I ain't even seen them that cheap. I saw them at $86, and I was like, "Come here." You with the vest. Come here.
I got some Federals on Powder Valley, and that's been in spring for 60. So that's the cheapest online I've seen.
Yeah, I just told him. I said, "You're ridiculous for remaking the price tags to put this here. That's ridiculous." And I just want you to know that me, as a valued customer of your store, I just don't support it.
Yeah,
43.
Mr. Kingpin has joined us. Thanks for being here, brother. Do you know Josh 243 Outdoors?
I watch his channel, but this is the first time that I've met him. Good to see you, sir.
Yep, nice to meet you. I watch you occasionally, or on the Georgia chat. When I come home on Friday night, a lot of times I'll just listen to you in the vehicle, and I can get about an hour and a half of it. to Listen to if I speed it up a little bit. So got a pretty good commute. So
Not just that, I talk real slow, Josh. So I've been told. It's funny though. Chico gets so frustrated with me, he'll finish my sentences.
Well, it was funny when we all were at dead zero because typically I'll watch every YouTube video at 1.25, 1.5 speed, and then it was like everybody was live in person and slow and
Right. It was great. It was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Michael. I'm kicking myself now for not buying those at $65, but that was way back in February or March, and things have gotten a lot worse since then.
Yeah.
There's Big Al.
I'm fixing to try to figure out how to put a shotgun primer in a damn small pistol case.
bore the case out.
There's the crazy Scotsman. What's up, my brother? So, Kingpin, I was really liking those Sunday morning spiritual songs you were putting up. That was pretty fun.
Thank you very much, and for everybody that did watch them, glad that you watched them. Hopefully, everybody appreciated them, and just glad I had a chance to do it. So.
Yeah, you said you were going to stop doing them.
Yeah, I do that. But I'll get on a swing of making these types of videos or those type of videos, then I just won't do them anymore. So I kind of lied. I did post one more after I said I wasn't going to do anymore, but I thought that one was pretty special. The "Thank God That I'm Free" song with those two Filipino girls singing. I just thought that they did such a good job. I wanted to share it with everybody.
Yeah, man, that when I was a kid growing up, that was a big time gospel hit on the radio. You know, you don't hear gospel music on the radio anymore unless you are tuned to a channel
Titan.
that just does that.
Hang on a second. I got to jump on a Doberman.
243. Did you say earlier Brownells had an app?
They have what?
An app.
No, it's on the Discord, like the Reloaders Network has. There's a page called Reloading.
Okay.
And then it's got different categories. It's got in-stock notifications, and then right now it's also got a Black Friday deal.
Right. Yeah, I see the Black Friday. It's a good big sale. Biggest sale they've had for a while.
Yeah.
Right now. 11% off.
And most of them are bots that are posting the links, so it's automatic. So it's usually pretty live. So.
Right.
I haven't seen any primers today. I think there were some on yesterday, but Brownells has been doing that 2 bricks and a $75 gift card for $200. The time you get your hazmat and shipping, that's getting around $240. So it's one of the better deals, but it's a lot of cash up front.
11% off if $200 or more, 12% off at $300, 13% off at $700.
They didn't have that today. They were sold out. So
Big Al. Yeah, it's getting where some pistols are cheaper than primers. I mean, seriously, if you buy 2,000 primers, pay the tax and the hazmat and the shipping, and man, you can go get a Taurus G3C for one of those.
Yeah. And little 380 pistols. I mean, 380 ammo's crazy anyway. And then if you can even find it, there's a lot of guns out there that don't have ammo.
Then again, that's why we roll our own.
That is right.
So yeah, the side chat. I go over and do something else. Look back, I've missed 7 comments. So
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with 12 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning. I still got a lot to learn. I'm new to shotgun stuff. Totally.
Have you been playing with it, Jamie? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Nice.
He said,
They're just
"Excuse
bird
me
shots.
while I whip this out."
Check out them crimps, boys.
Looks good.
That's with a Lee load off.
Are you just reloading 12 gauge, or is 12 gauge just going to open you up to 16 and 20 and different stuff like that?
I have. I also have a Lee load all 16 gauge, and I also have the 20 gauge conversion kit. But I don't have. I don't have any 16 or 20 gauge hulls.
Do the 410 shells? The 410 shells load just like a regular shotgun shell, just different
They do.
sizes. Okay.
Yeah,
They
it's just different size.
The
It's like 9mm versus 45. Yeah, it's just different size.
So what roll crimp are you using? Rebel wants to know.
The Russian one.
From Reloaders Network.
That should tell him what he needs to know. If not, I can unhook it from the bench and show it.
Did it come from Reloaders Network?
The link did.
Okay.
Hang on. I've always had a little bit of interest in trying that Lee 7/8 key drive and make some hobo slugs. Dump out the bird shot, melt them down, play around with that sometime. I might pick up that mold if I see it sometime.
I'm kind of looking for Dave Thorzak's has his own shot maker, and I'm trying to. I'm thinking about Oh, okay. So that's not the one from the Reloaders Network.
I think the link was. It clamps on right here onto the bench, and that's your little lever, and you just and it works great. I don't have a problem with it.
Well, Dave, I'd love to live close to you, man. We'd get in trouble, man. I'm telling you. Can y'all imagine me and Dave Thorzak's out riding motorcycles together? Not a pretty picture, is it? I got a box from Dave today. Let me see if I can get it, and I'll show y'all what he sent me. Give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Is there any shotgun shooting sports that you shoot slug with? Like, obviously, skeet shooting, you're going to want to shoot the pellets because shooting a moving target above your head. But is there any games like that where average people, not like Jerry Mitchell, but like average people could use slugs to do the same thing?
Some 3-gun matches use slugs.
You're being shooting a steel target, yeah.
Not common, at least not around here. But we do see them a couple times a year.
I imagine it's super hard because you can't really sight in a shotgun quite as accurately as you could sight in a rifle, right? Like a regular, rifle.
Well, for the competitions, you're right, because they're going to be using something with a bead because most of the stuff is shot or buckshot. But you have shotgun barrels. So for slug guns, you can certainly sight them in just like a firearm, regular firearm.
Yeah, these modern 20 gauge rifle barrels with the Sabo rounds are just incredibly accurate anymore.
Yeah, you can get as ignorant as you want to get with a shotgun.
That's pretty interesting because my way of thinking, you could get accurate with a shotgun with your scope on it or whatever, but just by the fact that it's not as aerodynamic or as tight a tolerances, I guess, as a regular rifle. So that's pretty interesting that you guys say you can get real real tight groups.
But you're not going as far as a distance with a slug as you are a rifle. I mean, that's your other limiting factor.
Yeah, you're not shooting 400, 600 yards with a slug. I mean, you're looking at about 100 yards, but
Maybe
you can get
150.
stupid accurate with a 100-yard slug.
So the reason that you're not going to go 300 yards with a slug is the physics just aren't there. It's too dangerous to pack that much powder to cause a heavy slug to go that far.
Well, you stated it correctly. The physics aren't there. You're shooting
brick.
You're launching a brick, as in this right here, and you're not.
Your velocity is going to be really falling off after 100 yards. I mean,
you're not really supersonic to start out with, so you don't have anything to fall back on. It's just at the end of 150 yards, it's going to be a tumbling ball of lead. It's just the aerodynamics just aren't there.
Our brother Drew Bradley's got a good question out there. Where do y'all get speed loaders for shotgun shells?
They make them.
I'm assuming.
Let me go I'll get you the name. I got them right here.
Leave it to CW.
I'm assuming Safariland makes them, for one. But you know what happens when you assume? Just break it down into syllables.
Ah, you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, that's how you get aluminium.
All right. I should have brought a flashlight.
You're making my back hurt getting up and down so much.
Yeah, making mine hurt too. My knee as well. Quick strip from Tuffy Products is what this one is. And they make it in 12 and 20. You can see the name. It's upside down.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tuffy Products. It's just like the 38-57. They just pop in and pop out.
Turn that back over and let me get another look at that where I can read that to him. It says www. It was quick strip. www.toughproducts.com. Yep, toughproducts.com.
TUFFPRODUCTS.com. Yes.
What are you using something like that for? To load the shells in the shotgun, or is that something you use for reloading the shells?
Nope, to load the shotgun. Singles barrels, double barrels. You just stick them in and pry them back, and they pop right off.
Instead of having loose shells in a pocket, they're all right there.
Okay, so there's. Thank you for saying that, because my other way of thinking is, how hard is it to just stick it in with your thumb? But I get it now. What you're saying, instead of having a bunch of them in your pocket, you've got organization there.
Yeah, like this sits beside a shotgun by the door. So I don't have to be loaded, but I can have the shells right there. I can pick the shells up, put them away and I have all the shells away without loose shells.
Max says that's how you say it. Aluminium.
I just now got that. I thought he was talking about toughproducts.com. Yeah, I'm slow, Mac man. And you guys are not familiar with Mac Man, y'all should go check out his channel. Let me show y'all quickly what Thorzak sent me today. I might send him some stuff. Of course, what do I have that he doesn't? First thing he sent me was this cleaning kit. I want y'all to get a load of this thing. This is Nice, neat, tied up pouch.
Wow.
And look at those jags and stuff, man. That is,
Oh, that's sweet.
and there's
Yeah.
a bottle to keep. I'm assuming you can keep your
Solvent.
brushes. Now I'm dropping the stuff.
Just throw it in the floor. It'll be all right.
See, it all screws together, man. I didn't know that. I haven't had a chance to look at this real good, so that's the reason. But yeah, man, that is high
Nice.
quality H2O right there, man.
Are you supposed to clean your press with that and your dyes and stuff, or is that a gun cleaning kit?
That's a gun cleaning kit. But the heaviest thing he sent me. Are y'all ready for this?
Number 8 shot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well.
That'll put some, as Fuzz T. Fork would say, that'll put some clay pigeons in the freezer right there, boys.
All right, I got $100, and Thorzak's you can't answer. $100 to anybody who can tell me exactly how many BBs are in that bottle.
Not one.
All of them.
Nope, not
Yes,
one.
all of them. That's the perfect answer.
We'll let you count them.
Jamie, don't open that jar up on camera tonight either.
No, I done spilt the gun cleaning kit. I ain't opening that up.
Yeah,
That was a great answer. All of them.
then the question would be how many of those BBs are in Jamie's vacuum later.
How many of them are in the shop vac?
I just hope they don't end up in the dog's stomach. Oh,
Here we go. We're already getting guesses. Look here, G23 says.
Good Lord.
I think 1,037 is a very low number.
I do too.
Oh my God, y'all are killing me.
Thanks, Edward.
That is so funny.
Scotsman 2,500. I think he's low too.
I think he's extremely low. I'm looking more towards James Pollard's number. I think we're looking upwards of 10 grand. Oh my goodness.
1776. Not one BB is in there. See, that's what I told you in my text today, Dave. Those things look just like you bought them out at Cabela's or something. You know, people can say, there you go. Critter says 80,000 number 8 shot. Maybe. Lord, please don't make me count those.
I don't think it's that high, but I would say 10 grand.
Yeah, those things are awesome, Dave. I appreciate that very much. And see these things, they just screw together.
Mm-hmm.
But you also notice that the junctions are brass, so they won't mess with your barrel, because brass is softer than steel, right? But anyway, thanks, Dave, brother. You the man. I appreciate that very much, and I'll hit you back.
What kind of cleaning products are you going to be using with that kit?
You know what I use, Kyle.
I just want you to say it because I'm fixing to ask the same question to somebody else.
Unless I have some stuff that's left over, like I've got a little bottle of Hoppy's number 9 and some outer solvent, but I mix up Edge Red is the solvent I use, and I mix it up 4 gallons at a time and then put it back in the gallon jugs that I got the ingredients from. And anybody that around around here that need something to clean their guns with, that's what I give them, and I'll usually give them a quart of it because I got so much. So, yeah, I use Ed Red, and for a lubricant, I use mineral oil, and if it needs to be a little stiffer than that, I've got those little jars of the with the yellow lids on it. Says grease rifle. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all, you guys that were
What are you cleaning up with?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, sorry. I like the and CLP bore and bolt. The gun shops usually have these little sample packs for $1 or so, so I'll grab a handful of those every little bit, and they cut the carbon pretty good.
All right. I've adopted Jamie's theology. I've got a 3-gallon gas can over there full of homemade Ed's Red. I like to add a little bit of motor oil to mine, but it all mixes up fine. It works great. It cuts through all the carbon and works as good lubricant. I'm still running multiple firearms with different lubricants. I've got Frog Lube in one AR, and I've been using nothing but Ed's Red in one that I home built, and we're knocking on quite a few rounds, and I can't wait to clean them and see what happens. So I'm waiting on the malfunctions. So.
I've been a
Yeah, I'm
fan of
hoping-
Ballastol. Ballastol works pretty good. It just the kind of smell of it if you get used to it.
I can't even find Ballastol. I've never seen a can of that in a store.
We used to carry it. It's probably better mail order on a line.
There's a shop in Evansville, Indiana, called Bucks and Jakes. They've always got it. They got the big,
Got it here in Athens, Georgia, too.
yeah, the 16-ounce cans. So
Yeah, I've just never seen a can of it.
Yeah, Critter says Amazon has it.
Fellas, y'all ain't supposed to be trying to smell good. You're supposed to be getting your guns clean.
No, you put a little bit behind your ear, it'd be all right. That's how you know you get a good one.
Those Dangler air fresheners, they got those in Hoppy's number 9. Ezox is what I use for an oil too.
Shit.
There you go. Let me tell y'all something. That crawl stuff that ain't bad. That's good stuff if you can find it.
Yep, I've heard good things about it.
That too.
I
Grease
just want to
rifle
get his
kind.
take on it. See what he was using, because he does a lot of longer range stuff, and I know he does a whole bunch of handgun stuff and all that. So I just want to get his take on it. See what he
seems like the long range rifle stuff rarely get clean. There's not much need to. Pistols I keep pretty clean. I usually don't let them get too far.
Okay, so if you're out in public, whether it be at the grocery store or the department store or wherever, and you just finished cleaning your guns, and then you're like, oh, I got to go out and grab something, so you don't really wash up or nothing. You just hop in the car and go. And a woman comes up to you and is like, you smell so fantastic. I've got to have your number. Do you automatically marry her right then and there, or do you think that she's crazy, or both?
No, you tell him my number is 45.
I would ask her for a date to the range to go shooting, and then after I saw what kind of firearm she had, then I might consider proposing.
Yeah, she could own Glocks.
She might have a high point.
Some
Right back.
some of them are deal breakers, guys. You know.
No, and this is why we do this every Friday night. Look at all the fun we're having.
I had the opportunity a couple months ago to shoot a high point. It was the first time I ever shot one. It was a brand new gun, and It's garbage. It works, but it's garbage.
Idaho.
Tell you, we had a gun range. We had 5 gun ranges in the building, but we had a gun range, and we had a guy come down to sell a high point, and we told him we really didn't want it. He said, "Look," he said, "I got to sell this. I don't want it." He said, "Look, we really don't want it. We just don't want to buy it." He says, "Well, look, I just need some ammo to go shoot." So we traded him a box of 9mm for this high point. I swear to goodness, we took that range.
I still think he got screwed.
We shot it and shot it and shot it and shot it and shot it. That gun wouldn't miss a beat. It shot good. It never missed a beat. We shot probably thousands of rounds through that gun. It was fine. It just looks ugly. It works.
It works. The trigger is after.
Yeah. Sandpaper.
My friend bought his first rifle was the high point and 40 cal, the carbine, and it didn't come with any directions, nothing, just a gun in a box and the little chain lock that all guns have to come with. So after about a month of having it, he saw me take my guns apart, and he was like, "Hey man, let's go up here and take that high point apart." All we had was one generic YouTube video, and at the beginning of the video, the guy was using it as a hammer to nail in his target post. We took it apart and couldn't get it back together without having extra pieces, and it still shoots just as good. And there's like 5 or 6 pieces we didn't put back.
Oh wow!
And I don't mean like a screw in the buttstock. I'm talking about like internal stuff that we just didn't put back in there.
It seems like a lot of people like the carbines. They have a little better following than the pistols do.
Yeah, the carbines, they feel like some Walmart Nerf guns, but they actually shoot really good. The pistols, the couple that I've ran across, not so much. But the carbines are, I mean, they feel like a plastic, plastic hammer, Bob the Builder set.
Metal and kind of a hard plastic.
But they work. They work great.
My 9mm hand loads were just a hair bit long for it. It wasn't really liking them. The factory Full Metal Jackets, it ate it, and I shot it well. It wasn't bad. It just it's not what I'm used to.
I know several people that have them, and everybody's of the same opinion. It'll eat. Who'd we gain?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? It's Biggie.
Oh, hey, what's up, brother?
Oh, back from hunting.
Doing any good?
Excuse me?
Doing any good?
I got 4 piglets and which they consider anything under 50 pounds. One of them truly was a piglet, unfortunately. But at night, have a little bit of a depth perception problem, and trying to hunt for the first time somewhere you don't know amongst these giant deer that I look up at, and these huge cattle and these huge bulls. I don't even know what they were. I had like several species of deer, including elk, around. I had one piglet that was really small. When you're looking, in a green flashlight at night through a scope.
Right. Yeah.
But
I hear you.
The last one was a pretty big one. And I had a 126 pounder at the end, but ended up with a cooler full of meat and having a good time. At night was just absolutely magical. I saw everything at night. Walking into that blind the second time at night, they call Tripod West. There was a whole bunch of rams sitting between where you park the car and where you get in the blind at. Like, huh.
Dang it, man. Well, that's what it's all about, having a good time.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, where everybody else was shooting them in the daytime, I ended up only seeing in daylight one pig. I mean, everybody else were complaining they didn't see any pigs at night because all the deer and cow and every other thing was eating the feed at night when they bait them. But during the daytime, except for the morning. Nobody shot anything in the morning. The very first morning hunt, just because it was too cold, and all the pigs just bedded down and stayed bedded down, and they didn't come out till a little bit later. But everybody else was shooting everything during the daytime, and I saw the fence. I saw nothing. It was bad, and just snookered 3 times in a row. It was just absolutely frustrating. And then put me back in Tripod West, and I wasn't there but half an hour. Killed 2 different ones. It was funny when I killed the even both times. It was like I kill one, and everything kind of shakes, and the smaller stuff all leaves. The deer kind of look around like, what happened? But the second one was the biggest one that I shot. It was literally right behind a deer when I shot it, and it just timbered over into the line of fire. It hit it broadside in the head, and he just plopped over towards me. Yeah, so much for knockdown power, right? And the deer literally it was at its tail, and the deer just kind of like, hey, what happened? Turned around, hey, what happened to you? Oh, corn, yum 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 yum. Oh, it was fun.
Dang it, man.
So I had a really good time. If you're on Shooters Net, was it the Reloaders Network or my Discord channel, you can see a picture of my breakfast.
Yeah, Big E started his own reloading channel over on Discord. So
yeah, when JRB shut down, everybody kind of fractured that was on there for a little bit, and everybody just kind of got together on it. It was the one I started. Everybody's for no other reason than we just consolidated, and it just happened to be mine. So anybody wants to come by and say hi, we're welcome to have you.
yeah, see if you can put a link in the private chat, and I'll put it up on the.
I might be able to do it on the regular one. Hold on.
I'll put it up if you can't. So yeah, man. Back a little while ago, I think it was G. Pishner asked if anybody had any good luck with the Bear Creek Arsenal 458 SOCOM, and Echo and Pat West Covina Dodge has thrown him out some good information. I don't do 458 SOCOM. Y'all know me better than that. I'm too old school. It was a stretch for me to get into 6.5 Creedmoor, right, Josh?
Right, but we got you there.
Yep. And thankful, very thankful. We got to meet up at Dead Zero again, Josh. I want you to shoot my rifle, man. I got that the Magpul Hunter stock on it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's very Magpul in that it's almost feels rubber coated, Like, for example, when I put my rifle up, it grabs my beard and pulls my hair, kind of thing. So it got a very good grip. But yeah.
Brass for my 6.5.
That's my brother Chico. Be careful out there, brother.
Yeah, I'll pull out if you need me to when he comes in.
It's up to you, brother. I can go backstage and run everything from back there. This is y'all's chat, man. I'm just mash buttons. That's all. All I do is say welcome. Then y'all carry it from there. But one thing I did want to talk about, and Rebel made a comment earlier. How much is your backside worth carrying, worth covering? He said his was worth more than the price of a high point. So I wanted to share my thoughts, and then y'all can expand and expound off of that. my thing is this: I want a sidearm that is reliable and accurate enough to get the job done. Past that, I'm kind of leery because we all need to understand that at the point in time uh, we have to pull our. Uh, I know, Chico. I'm sorry, buddy. At the point in time we have to pull our firearm and use it to defend our lives. Guess what? If you get it back, it's going to be a long, long time, and it's probably not going to be in the same condition when you get it back as it was when it was taken away from you. So, like I said, that's those are my thoughts. Y'all can run with that, but I don't want a real expensive sidearm to carry every day. I just don't. I want something kind of middle of the road, something that I know is going to get the job done. And I'll tell you what, uh, I rotate 3, so I'll tell you what those are later when we hear some more comments. Anybody?
Well, going on the carry weapon, you want something you shoot very well. You want something that you're familiar with. You're going to want to combine that with a excellent holster. You don't want the cheapest thing, and not every holster will fit you. And being in Illinois, we just got concealed carry. It's been renewed about 7 or 8 years ago, and I was buying a lot of holsters to find what I liked. Spend a lot of money on holsters. I've got some very expensive ones. I've got some mediocre ones, but it's you learn to dress around your weapon. There's all kinds of different things. It's not just strapping one on and going.
Anybody who's been carrying for a while has a box full of holsters.
Yep.
I know I've got a whole pile of them.
A drawer full.
There's a lot of aspects to it, but just carrying, you need a good belt. You can't do it with the belt you got. You need a proper belt and a quality holster. As far as the firearm, just pick a good name, something you've probably used or liked, or your buddy has, or your buddy's liked. Pick a good name, and shoot it and become proficient with it, and prove that particular firearm is worthy of being carried. And that means that you can't just buy it and put it on and carry it. You got to take some time and shoot whatever number of rounds you decide is enough. For me, it's probably pushing 500. I want to see 500 without any kind of problems at all before I'm going to strap it on. So I've got a number of firearms, and there's only a few that really make the rotation for any kind of carry. I really carry just 2, spring and summer and winter, and that's about it. But it can be Smith and Wesson, it can be Carr, it can be Glock, it can be Springfield, it can be Smith and Wesson. It doesn't really matter. They're all good quality guns. Just make sure that it's 100% with the ammunition you choose, and you got to stay proficient with it. So you got to shoot it every once in a while. Rotate out your carry ammo. Shoot it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
In the bulkier clothes season, wintertime, I don't have a problem carrying one of my Glocks, whether it be the 21, the 19, the 17, whatever. But when it's, I wouldn't say short t-shirt weather, because I carry something else when it's that time, but I don't have a problem with my Smith & Wesson M&Ps. I own several of those. I love them. They're a little smaller profile, and they're great. Now, as far as a truck gun, throw the Smith & Wesson 38 special in the door handle and be done with it. It just sits there in the door pocket. But yeah, as far as carry guns, run what you know works. And also, like Jamie said, you have to have that in the back of your mind that if you have to use it, God forbid, you're not going to get it back for a minute, and it's not going to be in the same condition it was when you gave it to them.
But like Scotsman said, there ain't a firearm in this world worth more than your life, especially to the people at home. that are
And
counting on you to get back home.
The statistical odds of that happening is almost a zero. I mean, but it happens. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when I I started with a VP9, ended up with the small one, the whatever it was, the small VP9 as well. I had a pair of them, and yeah, I got good with them. I trained with them with a guy that was a senior firearms instructor for the ATF. He's now retired, and we've gone through it a lot. But I've always loved the wheel gun, so and through every bit of research that I can find, if you shot more than 5, the odds of that of that next shot being a legal shot is very, very, very low. So I carry 5, and at this point, I either have a Taurus 605 or my Smith & Wesson Model 60, carrying 357. I've trained it. I can shoot it. It goes bang.
That's the one thing about revolvers. 10 times out of 10, they go bang as long as there's ammo in it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of comments on the side about the belt, and it can't be understated. A good belt is tantamount to your comfort and your ability to stay carrying. The gun you leave at home isn't worth nothing. The one that you have on your belt, whatever it is going to be the one that's going to do what you need it to do if the need arises. But a proper belt is good and stiff. It holds its form, and it will make carrying a firearm night and day more comfortable. You strap it on.
And the thing about it is,
it won't be good.
What you have to think about at the end of the day, none of us want to have to use that weapon because it's going to be nothing but a bunch of trouble. Does that make sense?
Yep.
None of us want to draw that weapon. Are we willing to? If need be, yes. Do we want to? Nope.
When I was thinking about this topic earlier today, this popped into my head. I was thinking, I bet 99.9% of people that carry never have to pull their firearms.
Yeah,
when Josh said that, I looked it up. According to this report right here, which was the only one I found on it, from 2007 to 2017, 2011, from 07 to 11, nearly 0.9% of crimes, people defended themselves with a gun. So you're looking at almost 1%. So that is far more than I was expecting.
Well, that's 1% of crimes, but it's how many percent? What's the percentage of concealed carry that have actually pulled their weapon? And the last numbers that I'd seen or heard of was about 0.1. And yeah,
and a lot of times a weapon is drawled.
It never shot.
Resolves the situation, and it's not a stat. I mean, it's taken care of. They run off, they retreat. Right.
But the number of us who've had to shoot is very low. And then if you take and then you're looking at the percentage of people that have shot, the percentage of people that have had to shoot more than 6 is similarly very, very low.
No, that's extremely low.
You're talking very low on top of very low. So I just stick with 5.
If you
I
practice
needed more than that,
if you practice judicial marksmanship, all you need is 1.
Right.
That should neutralize the threat.
Well, the problem is around here the threat is no longer 1. A lot of times it's 2 to 3.
Well, God forbid any of us get in that situation.
It's a mess.
Practice judicial marksmanship,
Yeah.
especially if you're only running 5 rounds.
Yeah, you got to hit them now.
I had a good training experience over the summer, and you guys will probably get a kick out of this. We live on the edge of the woods, so there's always critters, and we were having quite a bit of skunk trouble. And
Lord.
one night I was face to face with the skunk, and it was me or him, and it got the heart rate going. It's about as close, I think, as you can get, and it was me or him, and I won. So I was pretty proud of that, because if I'd have missed, I think I'd have got sprayed, because we were close. We were 15 feet probably.
I'm telling you, I do not like skunks. I've had a couple of run-ins with them, and it's never ended up in a good situation.
I shot 2 or 3 summer, early spring with my carry gun. So I mean it's good practice.
I have thrown away coveralls and everything else. You cannot get that out of them.
I almost smell it just talking about it.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting woozy just thinking about it. Oh.
We seen one in the road today.
Febreze in the world.
Instead of carrying pepper spray, when you start carrying Febreze. Oh, crap.
Like they said back in the old West days, Idaho, everybody carrying a firearm out in the open makes for a very polite society.
It does, because it makes everybody on the same level.
Yeah.
Not really, but I understand what you're saying.
Right, yeah.
There was a time in the old West when, a guy that was really good with a gun could pick a gunfight with somebody that wasn't, and he'd kill him, and it'd be paid for because it was a quote unquote a fair fight. Well, if you have to defend yourself against Wild Bill Hickok, all of a sudden that's not a fair fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, but you guys are bringing out some points that I hadn't thought about. Like it just dawned on me sitting here that, compared to a hospital bill, guns are cheap, guys. I don't care how expensive it is.
Yes, sir.
And another thing to consider is on your ammo. Everyone's practicing with full metal jackets or cast bullets. You have to run your carry ammo. You have to make sure it's going to cycle. That hollow point is a whole different animal to a pointed bullet. So it ain't worth nothing if you shoot, guns reliable, slap some fresh hollow points in it, and it won't shoot them. You don't know. So I mean, you got to run those too.
And another thing is, if you're a reloader and you carry reloaded ammunition, which I do not, I carry factory ammo. But you can get a prosecuting attorney that will turn that into you tried to make that round more lethal or something like it. I mean, they can spin it around.
You loaded that ammo with the intent of killing that person is what
exactly.
It's going to be a civil suit in their hands instantly.
Yeah. Which is why all my guns that I carry have factory ammo in them. Even if I have to change it up before I leave in the morning or something like that, whatever.
No, it's not so much the factory ammo. It's that is a concern. What you're looking for is normal stuff. If you're running that rest in peace ammo,
right?
Yeah, that's gonna get a flag. If you're just running the same gold medal match, or whatever the heck, the gold dot hollow point as the cops are running, nobody's going to care.
Gold dots are good. HST,
they're asking some of
hydrostocks.
the attorneys for CCW safe and the US whatever law shield ones. There's a couple of different groups, and nobody's ever seen a case of them going after a reload. They
I
have
agree.
mentioned when they're running that stuff like the crazy looking stuff that RIP and stuff like that. That's come up. The fact that it's a hollow point has come up. The fact that it's a reload has never come up.
Well, just know that every time that you leave your house with a firearm on you, you are in the sight of a prosecutor.
I researched that Big E, and I agree.
I've got a criminal justice degree, and I mean, in college, it was every round fired has a lawyer attached to it, and just remember that.
Yep. When I went to my license to carry class, that was hammered in.
Yes.
Something
Another thing with ammo is cycling your ammo out. We've always kind of been taught and told good rule of thumb is like temperature change. When it goes from hot to cold is a good time to cycle it, and when it goes from cold back to hot, usually about 6 months is a good. And you should cycle it out more, but that's the minimum.
It's just we're behind the 8 ball no matter what if we carry.
Yeah.
Right.
Ask Rittenhouse.
Right.
They chased him down and beat him before he fired back, and they still went after his ass.
Yep. But you know what? I hate it for everything the kid went through, but he's gonna be your next. I know he's going to be a millionaire, but he might be a billionaire once this is all done.
Yeah. Did you see the meme of what's the was it Catholic school kid or whatever with the Trump hat that got the guy at the drums that are beating in his face?
Yeah.
And the press went after him. Somebody wrote up a meme.
Nicholas Sandman.
Yeah, somebody wrote up a meme of that. It was I got $250 million for the press for assassinating his character.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
There you go.
That'll be an interesting one.
I don't know. It's.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they drug. I think they drugged that kid's name through the mud, and it didn't need to be drugged that way. And the people that drug it through the mud need to be held accountable. They had no clue of any of the facts. They were trying to push a narrative, and then all of a sudden,
the facts came out, and
the facts came out. Justice prevailed, and I hated that the kid had to go through all that. But, and in my opinion, he needs to be compensated for it. When you got the president of the United States, smearing your damn name, and he don't even know you.
Our governor in Illinois was the same way.
That ain't right.
Nope.
Yeah. He's going to be able to go after everybody, and that'll be funny.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to just be a millionaire. He's probably going to be a billionaire.
What's up, Mr. Ocean 374? How in the world are you? I'm late watching your kitchen video. I got to go watch that here in a little while.
So really nice.
We are already after 9 o'clock. So, AR, would you like to run through the side chat, please, sir?
Yeah. Hang on, guys. Let me scroll up to the top. Appreciate you guys joining us. Boy, it's a long one. Whoa. Oh, I'm almost there. That's how long it's taking.
It's been a little active over there. I've been looking at it.
For some reason, I can't seem to. Okay, there we are. Okay. CW in the side chat. 243 Outdoors. Georgia. Tim S. Good to see you, Tim. Sergeant Devil Dog. PC Bullet Empire. Thor's Axe. 243 over here. G23. Good to see you, G. Willie Bullet Man. G. Pishner. Hope I said that right. Fuzz Fork 8. Good to see you, Fuzz Fork. Well, you guys been talking a lot tonight. Tread, good to see you, Tread. Daniel God is my judge is here. Good to see you. Who else here? Georgia Trapping and Fishing is here. Good to see you, Georgia. trapping. Reloader 762. Here. Papa's Place. Chris 338. JH up there. Kingpin. 01 guy. Echoes Reloading Chamber. James Pollard. Good to see you guys. Battle Bean. Mario Mosin. Tacos and French fries. Sergeant Devil Dog. James Pollard I called. I may occasionally call you out twice. Overlook me. Walter Bunnings here. Hey, Walter. Papa's Place. Mark Thomas. Good to see you. Harold Farmer. James Pollard. Bald and Curious. I've called. Thor's Axe. Harm. Critter 9A. I just call him Critter. Who else here? 243, of course. Daniel God is my judge. I called. Mario. Bear with me, guys. Edward Petty's here. Mike Hester. Mario, I called. Chris 338, I called. Thor's Axe, I think I called. Drew Bradley. What's up, Drew? I'm going to start scrolling fast as I can. Let's see. TMS, I called. MCK. Crazy Scotsman. TMS, I called. Where's that? Edward Petty, I called. Hey, at least it gives me something to do when I call you twice. So, besides scroll. Sergeant Devil Dog, I called. Mark Thomas. Here. Good to see you guys. Big Owl. Big E over here.
Tim S, I appreciate that.
Still going, guys. Bear with me here a minute. Thor's Axe. Mike Hester. Harold Farmer. West Covina Dodge. Good to see you. You guys. Thor's Axe I called. Let's see. Critter. What's make your head spin? MacMan, I call him Mac. MacMan 039 Reloading. Good to see you, Mac. Let's see. Walter Bunning, I called. Walter hadn't been in any live streams lately. Popping in. Let's see. Mark Thomas. Drew Bradley, I called. Mark Thomas, G23. Idaho Rogers. Finally a name. Somebody Beep J or Beep Pele. Beep J.
BPJ.
Yeah. BPJ. Okay. Sorry. Drew Bradley. I'm only halfway through this too. So.
No, you're pretty much done.
Scrolling. I'm halfway through. Hitting steel. Yeah, I probably done covered everybody. If I see somebody pop in, I'll just call you out. How's that, Jamie? See, Tread, I called. You scroll all the way down, don't you, Jamie?
Not anymore, man. Let me tell y'all what happened.
Getting hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it no more like that.
It's hard.
You go all the way back to the beginning, and it keeps going back and keeps going back. And it stores them all now. You have to go back to 8 o'clock or before 8 when we sign on and start reading everybody's name. That's going to take a blue moon. And by the time you get done with that, we're going to be out of time. So,
Mike Hester, I got those two guys. That's about it.
Man,
pop in, I'll call you.
On a bright note, did anybody hear an old contender fan? Anybody shoot old contenders? Lehigh Defense bought SSK, and SSK is building what's called the SSK 50, and they bought their tooling already, and they've got it to 2 different manufacturers to get the frames casting. And they expect to start shipping in February. Finally, it's been a long 2 years of this, but they're finally in the home stretch, and they have a couple of people that have made prototypes and can do the work. but now they actually have purchased the tooling, have two different casting houses, and expect to have frames for actual sale in February. It's going to be the original Gen 1 contender, built in stainless steel, going to be a little thicker in places, so it should have strength near a G2.
That's good news.
Yeah, it is. I'm kind of interested in a Pro Hunter.
Yeah, the Encores themselves, there. I guess I heard from somebody. There's a little bit of rumbling that match grade machine might be in talks. Preferred barrel blanks for those of you know them under that name. Been a long time barrel maker for contenders in Encores.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, our buddy West Desert Shooter used to work for them there for a
Still
little
does.
while.
Still does, I do believe. You might see them under preferred barrel blanks at this point. And they do work with Unitop Precision as well. But yeah, he's actually it's basically one company. They spun off a separate division for preferred barrel blanks that actually started in-house in match grade machine for prefix.
Well, it seems like I watched one of his videos where he was talking about he was going to be doing YouTube full time now.
To my
okay.
knowledge, he is not with them.
No, he finally separated. Not with Unitop. They do work with
Right.
match grade machine. Preferred barrel blanks is working with them, but not the same. That's not the same company. But preferred barrel blanks and a match grade machine are essentially the same company.
Good night, Daniel. Yeah, but
I hear
them
there's
two
two
companies,
buildings, but same company.
them two
Thank you.
companies right there could keep him busy doing videos for all their stuff.
No, they don't have too many. They're pretty simple, most of them.
I'm OCD on these names. I see people I missed. Not missed, but finally got to.
Yeah, those Ruger made Marlins are supposed to be out real soon. What I've been reading.
It's supposed to be out mid-December. One thing I heard that's exciting to me is they are going to be using their cold hammer forged barrels, so no more micro groove barrels, and so they're going to be basically barrels like what they make for the Ruger American lines. So,
Their hammer forge was also used for their Ruger Precision, the RPRs.
yeah.
So, very quality barrel can be made.
Can you imagine that in a lever gun? That's just so sexy. I just can't wait, man. But I'm going to force myself. I'm not going to go buy one of the first ones that hit the shelf just because. I mean, I'm going to wait at least 2 years before I go buy one. But am I being overly cautious, guys?
Well, I think they said they're doing a 4570 first and then a 3030 and the rest of them down the line. But I don't know what the timeline is, but it'll be next year before you see most of them.
Yeah. I'm telling you, a Ruger Vaquero and a Marlin 94 and 44 and 45 Colt or 44 Magnum, either one.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yeah, heck of a combo.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Love to see him make a 357 Max or a 445 Super Mag.
That would just be a dream.
I'd love to see him make a coach gun.
Yeah.
Double barrel rabbit eared 12 gauge.
CZ's got one right now, I think, don't they?
CZ does have one of those.
I thought so. Rossi used to.
What am I lying about, Fuzz? You don't think I'll wait? That's what I'm talking about. 4440 was big
That'd be a
deal
nice one.
a big deal back in the day. There's Jerry. What's up, buddy?
Heck, truth be told, I'd like to see them do basically the whole Super Mag line. Basically, which would be like the 500 Smith and Wesson. Go a little long on the 45 with the 460 Smith and Wesson. And then even if you had to custom order it, the 445, the 357 Max, those will all be great calibers out of those things.
Be still my heart, Emperor. That would be so cool.
Now,
I'd rather see a maximum myself, but either one would be pretty cool.
Yeah, in a lever gun, the whole the 350 Legend is a 357 maximum. That's where the kind of the round really kind of comes from. Is it's a copy? It's the copy of that, which would be the one for a lever gun.
There you go, Jerry. Is 357 Max? Is that a rimmed cartridge?
Yeah, it's a 357 Magnum. That's instead of 1.3, it's 1.605.
Yeah, it's a little shorter than the Legend.
Yeah, the Super Magnums were all 1.61 inches, whereas the maximum was a 1.605.
Well, Super Mag from the standpoint of a Magnum version of a Magnum.
A Super Mag in the truest vein of the of that series with Elgin Gates and them, because they did a 357, they did a 414, the 40, the 375, the 44. There was a 45, a 475, and a 50.
Mm-hmm. That's just their line, though.
They did a whole lineup of them.
Mm-hmm.
Very few of most of those were made, if not only one. But like their 50 that they used was a 512. So I guess it's more like, I think it was 512. The bigger one of it's like the 500 Linebaugh,
mm-hmm.
but in a 1.6 cartridge, whereas they used the one closer to actual 50 for the Smith and Wesson, and then but that's the popular one now. That I would just default to that. And then, but yeah, they had the whole line of them in there: the 41 mag, the 44 mag, 357 mag, all lengthened from 1.3 out to a 1.61. The maximum when they commercialized it, they shortened it 5 thousandths to 1.605.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's where the Smith and Wesson is as well.
Then you got the 327.
There's the 327. That was a separate deal, but yeah.
That's a Magnum version of a Magnum.
Well, they have the different ones there, the Federal Magnum, whatever. But yeah, but for the from 357 up, they had that whole line of Super Mag, which was all of them were 1.61 inches, and they just had the various diameters.
That Reader had some. Who's the other guy who had them also? SSK had theirs. There's a number of them that had their own line.
Yeah.
Of cartridges.
The SSK did JD Jones and stuff. Yeah, they had their own. Yeah, JD Jones's big thing was take a 444 Marlin and change it into a billion different things, and then he did some smaller.
And the 225 Winchester.
Yeah,
for smaller cases. And the Gary Reader had a bunch of them.
Yeah,
all the Reader cases.
But
GNRs. There's a couple companies that did all that stuff. They just coined the name Super Magnum, but Super Magnum, from my definition, is a Magnum version of a Magnum.
Yeah, the first ones really were the first real big one, I guess, was just the 357. So if you get a Dan Wesson, you can run Super Magnum brass in it if you can find some. But outside dimensions are all the same except for the length, like I was saying. But and the whole purpose. Here's a fun cartridge. It's become a hunting cartridge for straight wall cartridges for pistols in straight wall. Where states like Illinois, where you can hunt with a pistol, but you with a straight wall cartridge, or if you get like the Whisper or 30 Bellum are the two bottlenecks that you can use in a pistol. But they do those straight wall cartridges. It's but where the genre really came from was they're trying to knock down a sure-footed ram at 300 yards. When they're doing the silhouette contest, and the 357 sometimes would have trouble with it, and the 357 Super Mag / Maximum, when they were using those, it would knock them over like a 44 Magnum because it has the same downrange energy, but it didn't have the recoil, so it was easier to shoot.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool there. Then they did the 41 and the 44. The 445 Super Mag wasn't as popular. It wasn't as commercially successful because, well, if the 44 Magnum already had enough power, all the extra recoil of that didn't make any sense.
Yep.
So it made it hard to shoot. But in a carbine, like my Encores with the it makes a fun hunting gun. Even in a pistol, it makes a fun hunting gun. But in my Encore, I'm getting the same muzzle energy as a 308. For 200 yards and in.
Yep.
It's a nice little pop and done.
Tin Man, you're gonna like a 10 millimeter. It's a lot of fun.
I want one of those too.
Yeah, I'm looking at that new Smith. Dave is razzing you, Josh.
Yeah, I know. I had to sneeze there. I got her muted just in time.
Somebody complaining about a Dan Wesson. Did I miss that one?
Tim Man's looking for a 10 millimeter 1911. His local gun store had one, but it was a Dan Wesson Bruin, and they wanted $2,000 for it.
Oh.
I told him Rock Island Armory makes one, and Scotsman said he's going to send him a link. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, my buddy got the was it a Rock Island? The double stack.
Yeah,
he just absolutely
2011.
Absolutely loves that thing.
Alan B. Pro has one, and he absolutely loves it, Tin Man. So get in touch with him if you want to talk to him about it. But keep your eye on your phone, Tin Man. Scotsman's fixing to send you a link if he hadn't already.
Yeah, it's a kind of like having a 357 Magnum in an autoloader.
Yep.
Plus some.
On occasion, yeah.
Yeah. You see my last video?
Mm-hmm.
Plus some a lot. Right smack in the low end of the 41 mag, and I'm still shocked that I got there. It doesn't need to be there. It's not. It's pushing things to get there, but I won't load it that way anymore. But I'm just shocked.
Yeah, I had some that were loaded fairly hot in my revolver. Being that it was a revolver, I didn't get any case bulge anywhere, but I had some that in one shot I started loosening up primer pockets.
Yep. Well, primer pockets are good. Everything looks good. You can see some case swell, but no bulging.
I was copying I was using a powder combination out of one of the reloading manuals, and I think they're a couple of grains hot. There's a transposition error somewhere.
You don't see that.
It was a compressed load of Unique.
Some of the recipes you send me, buddy, ain't getting done around me with 357 Magnum. I'm just saying. Ain't.
Oh, the one the recipes that I've been sending you are straight out of the Hodgdon manual.
I know. I saw them on Hodgson, and I said the same thing. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, was it? What do they want to shoot? 20 to 22 grains. That's it. Or was it starting charge 19? Anyway, not much.
Starting charge of 21 or 20 and a half, and the max charge 22 grains of H110.
Yeah.
and a 357 Magnum with a 125 grain bullet.
Hell yeah, it's fun.
Not just no.
I used to shoot 19 with 140 grain. That was a maximum
Hey,
load of my gun.
Yeah.
Jamie, that load, that the middle charge load, the 20 grains, is the factory loading for the Remington 125 semi-jacketed hollow point. So if you've ever shot a green and white or a green and yellow box of 125 semi-jacketed hollow points, that is exactly what you're loading. That would be the load.
Let me put it this way. When Kyle first bought his Red Hawk, I stopped at a gun store and picked up a box of 44 mag UMC, the green and white box.
Uh-huh.
He still has some of those cartridges. And that's been a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, some of that stuff, yeah. So anyway, Mike Hester, if you want to call me later, I'll be glad to talk to you. Call me tomorrow afternoon sometime. We'll talk about. Y'all keep Mike in his prayers. He's got some health kind of stuff going on, and y'all add him to your prayer list. And Mike, I don't know quite what you're saying right there, but I'm not putting them in my Smiths. Not loaded that hot.
Mhm.
I think too much of them be doing them like that. I remember at Dead Zero, Josh brought a Smith and Wesson 500 Magnum up there, and you guys ain't lived to talk till you've seen Chico shoot a 500 Magnum. That ain't even funny, man.
Oh, I borrowed that from a guy, and there's only one way to load it, and that's hot. So,
Yeah.
and to let someone else shoot it.
Yeah, Chico had fun with that thing.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I'd lay those steel targets right over. It just knock them down.
Biggie loads.
Yeah, man, I ain't Rebel. You know, I ain't putting that in my 586 or my 686.
And it was fairly cheap to load for. I was getting those Spear, whatever soft points. You get 50 of them for $20, and pretty cheap shooting for a revolver for a big bore.
Yeah, it didn't get too many, Jamie, but your gun's already been tested. The 686. Your gun will handle. Your gun handles it just fine and laughs at it. It was the L frame was designed exactly around that load. So with the extra thick forcing cone and all that stuff,
Yeah,
that was a load it was designed to shoot. It'll shoot it all day. It loves it.
let me tell you something. Scotsman and Daniel came down here, and we were shooting that thing. I practically had to tackle Daniel and take it back away from him. I mean, he's like at 25 yards. He said, "It's incapable of shooting anything but bullseyes."
It's a good gun. I don't.
It is.
I don't. For whatever reason, I don't meld with it very well. If you put me on the end frame, just change up it a little bit. I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
So I kept the end frame, and I got it to somebody who would thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm so happy that he has it.
Good. Thank you. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think
Then I found
Daniel
a drive
likes
home.
it. I think Daniel is in love with it as much, if not more, than I am. Yeah. And Scotsman, we kind of, y'all know we're both Smith guys, and he was telling me, I've always thought that the 6-inch was more accurate than the 4-inch, but he has a good idea and a good theory, and I can't argue with it, but I'm not tested it yet, but I'm going to. He is of the opinion that in some revolvers, the 4-inch guns are more accurate because they're better balanced. And I have trouble arguing with that theory.
That is, anything that you can shoot more comfortably is going to win. But the longer sight radius, as long as As long as the balance is right, the longer sight radius should win.
Yeah, and that's
But you'd have to test 100 guns of each just to prove it.
well, I don't have 100 of them.
Well, I mean, otherwise you're testing one of one and one of one.
Right.
So that is the concern.
Picking on the poor guy. He ain't even here. He went to bed.
There you go. Max versus 357. Little thing.
Hey, come on back in, Jamie. I'll drop out for a little bit. I'm cooking.
You're hungry already?
No, my daughter's. No, I'm still full. I'm gonna go out. See you guys a little later.
So long.
Man.
So long, AR.
Enjoyed being with you.
Have a good weekend, man.
You too.
Chico was still spinning.
Oh,
And he popped out.
his boy must have the iPad.
What's your opinion then, Emperor? Do you like the 4-inch or the 6-inch better? You know, when Big E talks about a balance thing, it makes me think that with the in frame, larger frame, the 6-inch might be better balanced. I don't know. I don't have one. And the Ruger thing, I don't own a Ruger, so I'm hoping to fix that soon. But
I know with the single actions, you're not good balance with the longer barrel than 5.5. You can go back and forth with 4 5/8 and 5.5 with the.
Yeah, my dad has a 686, and I shoot that pretty well. He's got the old 80s conical Alves or Goncalo Alves target grip on it. Basically your dirty hairy wood grip on it, the large one, and it shoots very well. Not a huge difference. Sight radius portion of it, I find it easier on my dad's. Had very similar sights on it. I think my dad actually has the millet adjustable. It was a gunsmith that owned it before us. And the longer sight radius I find helpful when I'm shooting that one, just straight up target shooting. In a with a more combat style grip on it. I wanted to be able to carry them, so I got the 4-inch instead of the 6. But it is a little easier to hold up there when you're with it, especially with the 686 with the full length underlug, all that extra weight up front. Surely makes it a little nose heavy.
I like my 3-inch 65 the best of all of them.
Yeah.
I got a 6-inch 14 K frame, but that's a little different gun. It's a tapered, slimmer barrel. It's an old model. I don't have any 4-inch Smiths anymore.
Yeah, mine. All three of mine are, except for this. My Carry Snubby is 4-inch end frames, give or take a 1/4 inch. It's 4 1/8, and like 4 1/4, I think.
yeah, that 4 5/8 barrel on a Vaquero or a single action Army, that just looks perfect to me.
4.5 on the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start getting any longer, they get nose heavy. The 686s with the full length underlug makes it worse. 629, if you get the Hunter or whatever that is, the one they make one with a full length underlug versus the call it the classic Dirty Harry profile. You can get away with You can get away with a little bit longer barrel on that one, just because it's not nearly as nose heavy as the full length underlug.
You missed a good joke, Big E.
Uh-oh.
Watch this.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's nothing. Here's the punchline. Tread, I love Tread, but he has a mean-spirited humor sometimes.
It's the best. Are you kidding? Can't have a little. If you can't have a little bit of banter going around, what the hell?
Absolutely. But I can't say nothing. When I was in high school playing hindcatcher, some of the stuff I said to the batter would. I got kicked out of a game by an umpire because of comments I was making to batters. Okay. So, and I would sharpen my spikes because when I was trying to block home plate, they like to throw them spikes up at me, and I told them, I thought to myself, hey, if I'm gonna get gouged, you're gonna get gouged back. Don't be in the way if I'm going around the bases.
Had I used to play catcher, and I had an umpire. We were at the All Europe tournament. It was mainly the military kids and some like Saudi Arabia, the oil field drilling kids that were living there. And now they actually have two parts of that tournament where there's the American side and then there's the actual Europeans. Yeah, the European kids are actually playing enough baseball now that they have their own tournament before you go to Williamsport. And I almost got thrown out of a game once. The umpire wasn't calling the outside half of the plate. Stood up and announced to my pitcher that it was. I was like, "Don't worry about it, Jimmy. If he's not going to call the outside half of the plate, we'll just pitch to the inside half. You're that good." He blew up at the tournament director, and the tournament director says, "You don't like it? Call a strike."
There's a question for CW.
No, I haven't shot him yet. I haven't even loaded any yet. I got about 10 cases sitting in the block. They're already sized, but I haven't loaded them.
Oh boy, here's Willie's watching football. Rarely does he watch football, but he's going to watch the Army Navy game. I thought Chico was coming in. We got another guest invited too, but I don't know, man. There's Ram 4x4. What's happening, buddy? One thing I can say is go Dogs. We're awful proud of what the season our Bulldogs have had so far this year. And I don't know how many of y'all keep up with college football. I know Big Al does. He's still out there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I've been too busy working and getting ready for a hunt.
Chris 338. Go Navy. Good luck with that, Cranky. Video, buddy. Video. We want a Cranky video.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong answer, Jerry. Just saying. Tomorrow, G23, my Georgia Bulldogs will play the North Avenue Tech School. Excuse me, the North Avenue Trade School. And if y'all don't live in Georgia, you probably ain't.
There he is.
Chico, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I was having some problems.
We've been surmising your problems on our end.
Could y'all see me come in the first time or try to come in?
Yeah.
You just spinning.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel there.
Yep.
We figured the boy had the iPad.
Yeah, he always has. But I haven't been on this computer in a while, so it was crazy stuff. So everybody doing okay?
Living the dream.
Doing pretty good.
Cool. Good to hear.
Got my first hunting session out of the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I went hog hunting.
Nice.
Independence Ranch in Wilder, Texas.
Cool.
I'm going in the morning. All right. I want a poll of everybody in the side chat, everybody on the panel. Do I take the 350 Legend? It's an AR. Or do I take the tried and true Seiko 270 Winchester?
What are you hunting?
Deer.
What have you been taking?
The Seiko.
Time for the legend then.
So has the 350 Legend had its first blood yet?
No, it has not.
Then there's
It's
your
time.
answer.
It's time.
I'm switching tomorrow too. I'm going to bring out the 765 RG.
I took out the 357 Max the first night, and I took the 445 the second day. So they both had a taste now.
That's the best question.
Yeah, there you go. I just assumed that they were both adequate guns for where you're going. So I guess we could cover that topic.
I have my stand, what I call my stand, and everybody there calls it Jamie's stand. It's a 75 yards by 75 yards field, surrounded with woods, with a old pulpwood road running.
So you're not going over 100 yards. You take the 350 Legend and give it its first blood.
And there's another stand I can go to called the Shooting House, where I'll have 400 yards down that way and 200 yards down the other way.
Well, then that's
270.
That's 270 territory. If you're in the short stand, the 350 Legend. If you're in the long stand, take the 270.
That's what I've been doing.
There you go.
I like that 350 in the AR. Tim S 243. I don't own one of those. That's a good idea, Tread.
I mean, if you start off in the short stand, you know the 350 Legend is going to kill it just as dead, just as reliably. So there is no reason in the short stand to have the big gun. You're going to exceed the capability of it in the long field. So depends which field you're in. Take the gun that's appropriate for the field.
My M77 Idaho is a 30-06. It kills them dead right there every single time. And I do have a 30-30, but I hadn't killed a deer with it yet.
Well, there's gun number 3.
But that 35 Remington, guys, I can't tell you how many deer that thing's killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't count them. And the 270's getting that way too. I used the 35 Remington up until I started getting shots that were so long that I was having trouble hitting with the 35 Remington. I mean, at 150 yards, it was hitting low. So I went to the 270, and man, I just ain't had no problem with that 270. I've killed deer out to 185 yards with that thing. And I mean,
it'll work quite a bit farther than that.
It'll work out to the 400 yard if you want it to.
Yep. Dang sure will. I tell you what, though, I passed on a shot on a good doe this past Saturday morning, And the reason I did was because it was at 225 yards and I had a 7 mile an hour wind with gust up to 20 to 25. So I decided I was going to pass on that one. That 350 Legend
Beautiful, Mike.
is a good cartridge for you guys in states that have to have straight wall cartridges.
Even if you don't, if you're 200 yards and in on deer, it's a good cartridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in Illinois, if you use the straight wall, it's got to be in a pistol format, and if it's an AR, it's got to be made single shot. So most people here use a 300 blackout single shot modified AR. It seems like.
Yeah, it used to be a big territory for encores and contenders for single shot.
That's odd that you can find.
It has 350 Legend around here. Just no one has that rifle.
Yeah, it's kind of a pointless rifle for you guys,
right?
Because you can't use a rifle for straight wall.
Yeah,
you have to go all the way back to a shotgun,
which ain't a bad choice inside like 70 yards, I think.
Buddy's got a what is it? A Remington? It's a rifle. I remember it was a rifled shotgun that was designed for the FTX slugs out of Hornady, and he actually sights his shotgun in at 150, and he regularly kills them out at 175 yards, one shot drop them.
Wow!
I used to have an H&R Ultra Slug Hunter, and that gun was crazy accurate. I shot the old Remington. Oh boy, what were the buck hammers? And they would clover leaf at 100 yards, but they dropped like a stone anything past that. So I would shoot the Remington. Wasn't the golden sabers? The golden
tips.
Oh, I don't know what the heck they were called. It was a premium slug, bonded core. It was a conventional bullet, bonded core. Anyway, that one shot high at 100. So I could shoot the buck hammers out to 100 yards. If I had something out at 200 yards, I just switched ammo, and they would print right on at 200 yards. The gun shot incredible. And I would shoot like 6-inch groups at 200 yards.
Yeah.
I had no problem at all shooting 200 yards with that. But that was a 10-gauge barrel with a 12-gauge bore, rifled, fully rifled. It was just crazy accurate.
My brother has the 20-gauge H&R slug gun, so that's like the 12-gauge bore with the 20 rifle. You got the slug scope on there. It's amazing. He pulls the trigger and the deer falls over. It's just that simple.
That buck hammer was devastating. It's a flat slug. It's just like the mold I bought from the Russians there, Paradox. It's a full flat front, and it smacks hard.
Yeah. Yeah, Buddy's shooting about 2-inch groups with his Remington. I think it's a Remington slug gun with the FTX bullets. He's shooting about 2-inch groups at 150.
What was the custom maker for them Remingtons? Is it Tar?
I don't know.
Tar Hunt? I think that's what it was back in the day. But they were good and accurate. Then you got the Brownings, the Browning bolt guns. They were good and accurate too. 12-gauge.
We growed up with Mossberg 500s, and you had the combo. You had the long rib barrel and the slug barrel. That's pretty much what we growed up shooting around here.
I got an 835 fully rifled that shoots darn good, but it won't quite touch at 100. But it shoots nice groups. But I literally shoot in the same hole, ragged hole with that H&R. It was crazy accurate.
Pretty cool, Rebel. Let's see. How many different calibers have I killed a deer with? 35, 270, 30-06. I guess that's it. Just 3. That's right, Fuzz. All guns will kill. So, Chico, we hope you had a good Thanksgiving, buddy.
It wasn't bad, man. It was all right. I have no complaints, man. How about you guys?
Oh, man. Ate too much.
Yeah. I know how that is. It wasn't bad at all. I got no complaints at all.
I had 2 identical meals, one at noon and one about 5 or 6 that night, and they were plate piles. They were full.
I had some snack stuff with some lumpia, if you know what that is. It's a Chinese, not Chinese, a Filipino egg roll. The Japanese and the Chinese have no idea what they're doing with egg rolls. Got to have the Filipino egg rolls, lumpias, and then had dinner and all that. But that was after 3 days of hunting, so that was been a great week for me.
17 I can think of, Jamie.
Wow.
Damn, CW.
I'm at 3, 20 gauge, 12 gauge, 50 cal muzzleloader.
Oh, 50 caliber muzzle. So there's 18. 54 caliber, 19.
You ever try a 54?
Yeah, 19. Right behind me.
19.
19. 19. Rebel still got me by 6.
What?
What's that? Oh, 357 mag.
Muzzleloader?
3220. There's 2 more. 21. 10 millimeter, 22.
Well, come on, G.
41 mag. 23.
38 specials are everywhere, G23.
24.
Wow.
Best recollection.
Bummer, Scotsman.
Oh, with all the cattle on the ranch, I asked him what the how much it costs to kill a cow. $2,500. You get the whole. That's it. That's butchered. How big a trailer do I need?
A little 30 Wildcat you mentioned there, with the 38 special case. That's a neat little caliber. And a buddy of mine I talk to a lot has one of them.
30
You mentioned it before, Biggie. I forgot the name of it. The one that's legal, you said in.
Oh, there's a 30 Bellum.
Bellum,
yeah. And the 30 Whisper, which is the blackout.
There's a 38 special next to 30 caliber.
Yeah, 30 Bellum.
Yeah, that's a neat little caliber.
Yeah, it's to be grandfathered to Illinois. They wrote a law that they thought got rid of everything, and then but because you had to be commercially available. The Bellum was actually commercially produced for a short while, and then the 30 Whisper, aka Blackout, was also there. So those two are kind of grandfathered in for bottlenecks. The only 2 bottlenecks you can shoot in Illinois.
My buddy cut a rim in a 300 Blackout H&R, and I make cases for him. So we call it the DR, thinly rimmed 357 DR. And
Yeah,
it's
so
it's good. You got a little short little neck because the 357 is short. But I've made them for him out of Dan Wesson's, and I don't want to waste my maximum cases, but Dan Wesson gives it a pretty good neck.
Yeah. The other one that would be kind of cool to try is what is it? There's a 256 Win Mag. I think you said you had.
I have one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Win Mag Max as well.
Yes. I thought about doing such a thing, but the dies are so damn expensive. I've got a 63
all you need is
Marlin.
the same die you got now.
I guess.
Die to
And
do
it
the
just
body.
size it with a different die.
Yeah, just get a sizer die for the 357 sizer die to do the body, and then you can sit there and do the neck and shoulders with the die you already have.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need some brass, I could send you some.
Yeah, I made up a whole bunch for the 356 or 256.
Yeah.
I don't shoot that much anymore. I shot a lot of 60 grainers in it. The 75s are pretty good, but they're They're just slower. The 60s were better. 60 grain Hornadies.
Yeah. Talked to my barrel smith the other day, and met an email, and he's actually hoping to have mine back to me for Christmas. And he's actually got my old 357 Max barrel, and he's just gonna. I think he's planning on just trading me the barrel work for that, and then I have to pay him $100 for the dies and to ship it back. So that'll be good. That'll be a 6.5 by 57 Mauser in a with a rim cut, and I'll be able to run rimmed or rimless, and then it'll be Ackley improved.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That's just, and that one is simply people are like, I got that one solely for the purpose of going through all the fun to make Ackley improved cartridges, and just for the fun of reloading it.
Yeah, I cut rims in a couple of single shot, so I use different ones. The 358 and the 356. I did that one time. The extractor just had to be relieved, and it would snap over the rims, and it worked with both.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I hate to break up a good party, but it's time for us to start
Willie.
winding it down and saying good night. It's been a great time. We've talked about some good stuff and stayed on topic most of the time. Chico, we were talking about you shooting the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum with Josh up at Dead Zero. That was really fun. And,
It was, man. I enjoyed it.
So we're going to start going through the room. Chico, you got anything you working on?
I'm just brass prepping lately. Can y'all hear me? Sorry, I got an echo. Anyway, I'm brass prepping, man. Normally when I go shoot my matches, I don't be picking up brass, so I got to start changing that because I started running low. So, but that's all I've been doing, just really working on my competitions. I am been messing around with my 300 blackout, so I'm playing around with that when I can, when time allows. So that's about it. I may have some random stuff. I got videos that I haven't loaded up from like my competition, but it's like way like when I first started. I just never load them up. So that's all I'm gonna be doing. West Covina, it's some deals at Safari Land.
Not too many, Willie. Not too many.
Yeah, it ain't that many good deals tonight. But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for joining us, even though I was late.
We're just glad to see you, Chico.
Hell yeah.
We love you, dude. Absolutely. Big E, what you gonna be working on? Oh, Chico, by the way, man, we're loving the competition videos. Keep them up.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right,
get you down there.
What you? I'm gonna be trying. What you got working, man? Anything good?
Still right now getting the all the meats on ice out in the garage in the cooler, deblooding and getting ready to trying to get that drained out, and then here next few days gonna redo my workup, see if I can get rid of the flyers on my 22-250. I got to do some reloads and stuff on that and get it prepped up, and some other stuff that I got to get reloaded, but about it right now.
Josh, thanks for joining us, buddy. You're always a pleasure, and you're always welcome here.
Thank you. Probably might be available around Christmas time. I'll have a couple of weeks off then, so as long as we're not doing nothing on Friday night, I might be available. But then doing a little casting, trying to get my 9mm stash all built back up. I had about a gallon jug. If you guys watched my last two videos, I've been kind of showing off that a little bit. But got a gallon jug I'd like to fill up with 9mm bullets. So a couple more weeks, and I'll have that filled up. And been playing around with 300 blackout a little bit. Really liking that Lee 309 230 and tumble looping them. They're shooting really good. I loaded up a bunch. I guess it was last night, and gonna be playing with those here a little bit, but it's about it.
That's pretty fun, man.
Hard
Do have
hit.
to try, do have to try these.
Mhm.
Woodleys, yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, Big E likes that big boar stuff. See, Evie, what you gonna be cooking us up, buddy?
I'm going hunting tomorrow, so nothing
All
tomorrow.
right.
But I got to finish sizing up and coating some 10mm casting I did today. I got to finish sizing up 45s that I finished casting today. So that'll be first part of next week.
Cool.
Maybe we'll see a dead deer video tomorrow.
Maybe.
Good night, Mr. Emperor. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Kyle, you out there, man? Kyle going once.
He gone.
Kyle going twice. 2 and 8's 10. You're out. Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. All you guys in the side chat, thank you for being here with us. Thank you guys on the panel. Y'all just make Friday nights a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of relaxation, and just it's time for us to all come together and just decompress. You know what I mean? And let me tell y'all, before I come in here to do this, it was high tension, man. Had my kids in here, grandkids running around, dogs yapping. It was awful, man. And y'all just don't know. But yeah, we thank y'all for being here tonight. And if you want to get in touch with us, send us an email at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, right, Chico?
Yes, sir.
We probably ought to do a Facebook page. I said I was going to do that 2 years ago, and ain't never done it yet. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't do the Facebooks anymore.
Yeah, I try to stay off Facebook.
Nope, I don't do it at all.
Too much drama, man. Too much drama. And yes, most all you guys, and I got you, Scotsman. Yeah, most all us guys are over on Discord, either on Big E's page or on the Reloaders Network. I'm finding some interesting stuff on the Reloaders Network store, so y'all go check that out. Check out G23 tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Uncle Jim usually starts up about 8. Check out Foreign and Domestic on the Crazy Scotsman channel at 7 o'clock on Sunday evenings. Other than that, until next week, Lord willing, we'll be back again and see y'all at 8 o'clock. We hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. See you next Friday. Say good night, y'all.